Alright. Let's do this! Come back here. There we go. There we go. I don't need medicine. Or, well, at least I don't think I do. Hey, Zora! Welcome on in. How's it going, dude? I don't want to pay you. Lame. Then I'm just not doing it right now. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. I hope that, I hope things get better for you, dude. I really do. Damn it. Not bombs. Take those. Yo! Give me that money! Ooh! A lot of money, too. I will gladly take that off your hands. Sorry, what did you say about the last thing I said? I just said, I'm really sorry to hear that, and I hope things get better for you soon, dude. I really do. I think it's like this one? Yeah. Do I have medicine already? I've got a blue potion. I don't think I can buy potion yet anyway, so I'm not gonna bother. And I don't know. I don't really know why. I'm sorry to. I'm sorry you're feeling anxious, dude. That sort of thing. Sometimes it just shows up, and you don't really figure out why until a lot later. It takes a lot of inward thinking to really understand that sort of thing. I'll take more money. Yes! Here's the last one. Ba-da-da-da. Ah, sweet. Okay, well now with that in hand, there's nothing else to do but go fight and go beat the last dungeon. And here it is, level 8. That wasn't too bad. Thinking about a challenge in MM, and I don't know what challenge I should do. I mean, there's lots of different things you could do. 3-day challenge, 100% challenge. Plenty of good options. There's also, I don't know if you're playing on like emulator or if you're playing on what's it called, console, but if you're on emulator, there is a ROM hack someone made that is essentially a master quest of Majora's Mask, so you can give that a try. Yeah, there's lots of options. Joking. Cool, 5 rupees. Super useful. I love that. Oh, what am I doing? I have the candle! I can actually see now! That it? Was there just the key in here? I guess there could be a bombable wall. Sorry, give me just a sec. I think it's almost here. Oh, wait a second. Yeah, no, there's gotta be a bombable wall. Because I don't have anything else I can do. Actually, it's probably this one. Then it's probably up here instead. a second. Oh no, that's right. That's right, I remember. Damn, just so many keys. Come on. Pretty sure this killed Goma in one shot last time I saw Goma. Happy Monday, Cal! Yes! Happy Monday, everybody! Spectacle Rock is an entrance to death. Huh. I actually know what that's referring to. Not that it's very clear still. My food's here! Okay, so sorry folks. Give me 1 second to grab my food. Hello again, everybody. I now have food. How are you doing, folks? Cal, if you're still there, how are you doing? You're in the corner. Corner of what? The ocean? Wait, what? I'm confused. Hmm. Oh. Yeah. That's funny. 4974, negative 3974. Corner of the ocean and you can't go any further. Is that the side of the ocean near Eventide Island, or is that near the labyrinth? Eventide. Makes sense. Would you just go there for fun? Fought the King Gliok and then wanted to visit the corner. How is the corner? Is it everything you hoped for? Since I've got bombs there to pick up, I'm just gonna see if these lead anywhere. No? Okay. It's fine. Rainy? It's as much everything I hope for as this stream is! Oh good! So it's totally what you hoped for, right? Totally and completely. You got everything you could have wanted and more. Actually, no. I just got the... no. The book. That doesn't work on them? Are you kidding? Yeah, totally. Right? Exactly. I'm sure this is exactly what you were hoping to do with your afternoon. Did my fiance's check clear? Is that why you're here? Oh, damn. That kills him in one hit. I had no idea. It's 2021 who uses checks. Sorry. Did her Venmo go through? Tenth enemy has the bomb. That's not helpful. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. What? I did it! Holy shit! Yep, can afford that new car now. Oh my god. How much of my own money is she paying you with? Holy shit. I can't believe that went so fast. I mean, it's not like any of the dungeons in this game are particularly long, but I was expecting that to take at least a little longer. Don't want to get into details, but let's just say it costs a lot to get somebody like me in a stream like this. Ah, gotcha. Good to know. Okay, so it's off to the final boss now, I guess. Started playing Link to the Past the other day. Nice. What what are your thoughts on it? How'd you like it? Not where I thought I was. That's where I am. Okay, that's not too far. Wait, no, that's not where I am. Where the fuck am I? I see. That's actually better. It's what one expects from a 30-year-old game. A little bit easier than this, but the storyline seems thin. Yeah, it's funny. I just watched that video you talked about, or you sent me, and it talked about how Zelda has gotten less freeform, less like exploratory as it's gotten more story. And I think you're right. I think it's easier than this because it's a little more linear. But it means, like, the story hasn't quite picked up yet. It's still very... There's a big bad guy, and you gotta go kill him and save the princess. I think I'm not where I want to... Actually, no. I think I am where I want to be. Yeah. Shit. I am so unprepared for this. Jeez, even with the magical sword, these things take forever to kill. Ah! Ah! Can I use this on them? Nope. How about you? Nope. Cool. So this may be a spoiler, but was Mario Link's father? I think Mario was Link's uncle. But, like, not a related uncle, like, uncle when you know, your parents knew someone for a really long time. Damn. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure it was his uncle. Okay, we're gonna use this. Because I really don't want to die. Please. Just a loaf of bread. Please. Yeah, like I said before, Cal, by the way, I watched that video, and honestly, I agree with a lot of its points, and there's not even, like, a but to that. It makes a lot of sense to me. The one thing I would say is, like, I do think it was meant to be enjoyed slowly, but I also think that they didn't do a great job of showcasing that. Because don't get me wrong, I love the game and I loved exploring it, but even I recognize, like, I didn't really want to explore until the, what's it called? Until the, God, why can't I think right now? Until the hover bike. Until you showed me the hover bike, I didn't really want to explore because, like, it's such a big world, and I just did that with Breath of the Wild, and, you know, it doesn't mean it's a bad game, but, like, that was my feeling on it. And then the hover bike, I was like, oh, wait a second, no, this is way better now. Because the horse is too slow and too restricted, whereas the hover bike is, like, you know, you can get so many places so quickly. It's what I'm using right now on my, like, Korok hunt, because it's so much quicker than trying to... Yes, I know. It's so much quicker than trying to run around with a horse, or even fast travel. But it is still, like, the world, like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like it's meant to be explored. At least not in the same way that Breath of the Wild did. It feels like you have to artificially slow yourself down instead of the world showing you, like, hey, this is how things are, take your time, which is what Breath of the Wild did. Yeah. Okay. No. But yeah, what were your thoughts on it? I'd love to know what you thought of the whole video. Oh, that was a waste of a key. Damn it. Yeah, I haven't quite put my finger on why that is, but I feel the same. I know some part of that for me is because I already explored it in Breath of the Wild, and part of it's just that it's so empty and repetitive feeling compared to Breath of the Wild. Yeah, I think that that is a pretty fulfilling approximation of my feelings. I already tried this one, I won't say. Because, yeah, like, granted, it might be worse for, like, me, because I literally played, not just played, I completed Breath of the Wild for the first time right before this game came out. So, like, I had just explored everything, and then I was basically told, okay, great, do it again. And, like, I didn't mind it, because having it fresh in my mind meant, like, I could see everything and be like, oh, this is this thing, this is that thing, which was very cool. But it was nevertheless, difficult to muster the, like, willpower to actively explore everything again, when I knew not only is most of it going to look exactly the same, most of it is going to be just as empty as it was before too. Which is kind of disappointing. How have I already run out of keys? I came in here with 5 keys. I bet it's because I don't have the fucking master key or whatever it's called. We should have searched for that in the 8th dungeon. But yeah, I feel like the video made sense. I wish I had wanted to play it in more of an exploring way, but even now I still don't really want to explore that much. I've kind of gone through the opposite thing, which is probably just because, like, I've already been kind of, not forcing myself, but I've already been playing it anyway, so maybe that's all that it really is for me. But, like, I started out not really wanting to explore, and now that I'm, like, finishing up the Korok quest, I'm excited to, like, turn a corner and be like, ah, there's the next Korok, and look at all this other stuff. But it took me a long time to get to that point, so I completely feel that, oh shit, that, like, negative pressure to stop. Like, yeah, I totally understand that. Seriously, nothing? At least be, like, a secret. Cool, well, at least I know I never need to kill all those again. That's good. Am I back at the beginning? I am. Cool. Only got 1 bomb left. Do I? No, I don't. I'm not gonna try. more stuff like the Yiga clan storyline. I know I've said this a few times, but if they'd added maybe 3 other stories like that and removed 30% of the shrines and Koroks and caves, I'd love it a lot more. Yeah, I think if they had stuck to the, like, 120 shrines that were in Breath of the Wild, if they had... I don't know, I liked all of the caves, but I can understand the sort of repetitiveness of that as well. I think I think you're right. I think that if we'd had a few more things that were like really interesting and had a real like impact and interaction with the world, that would have been really great. I think it would have improved things immeasurably. And the Koroks, like, I've already stated, I wish they didn't do the Koroks again. I think it's a lazy way of making people, like, explore the world, especially considering most people aren't gonna do it anyway. So, like, what's even the point? It's definitely not good, in my opinion. I don't know if I can say it's bad. It's just, it's a poor replacement for actually, like, interesting world design that gets people to explore autonomously. But maybe that's just me. Or even something like Terrytown, but for each race. Gorons need help finding mines to take over in the depths, and the Rito need help setting up outposts on 3 Sky Islands. That would be really cool. That one in particular, like, the whole concept is awesome. But that one in particular, the idea of, like, the Rito going up there and setting up, like, outposts or even, like, a small village up there and being like, hey, we can actually come up here. Let's do it. That's really interesting. I like that concept as a whole. And yeah, I totally agree. Having something to do that, I mean, yeah, it's exactly what I said. It's a way to interact and impact the world that isn't busy work. I will say they did. Okay. As an example, something they could have built off of was Lorellan Village. The whole thing with that. How does that not work? With the whole thing with saving Lorellan Village in this game was great. And then you rebuild it better, you know, bigger and better. It was great. It was all really well done, and they could have done something like that with each race, and it would have been really cool. That's a really good point. Yeah, and I will say that is one of the, I think, weakest parts of Tears of the Kingdom, is they don't do enough to, like, have you interact with the races. They do a bit for, like, each of the mainline story quests, right? But not enough. I think that you could have gotten a lot more... There we go. A lot more interesting development with the characters, and not just like the ones who end up becoming sages, but the actual characters. I think that'd have been really cool. Okay. I think I might have to go back to Dungeon 8, because there are too many key doors here. And if I can get the master key, I wouldn't have to worry about it. Yeah, the Relin was great, and felt like it ended so quickly. I would have loved more stuff like that for sure. Yeah, me too. I just feel like the world was too big. If you're making a game that big, you need maybe twice as much time to fill it up with truly interesting stuff. I don't necessarily agree with that. Like, I don't think that you need that level of intricacy and sophistication, but you definitely need more. They could have done more to make it better. I will absolutely agree with that. Twice as much, meaning like 2 extra years, because I'm talking about the time that wasn't creating the mechanics. Gotcha. Yeah, that's fair. That is a fair way to put it, I think. Damn. Okay. Is there a way to, like, get out of here quickly, or do I have to actually go back to the entrance? So I gotta go back to the entrance. Actually, wait a sec. Damn. Or just go back to Breath of the Wild size. Everything doesn't have to be huge. Yeah, they definitely went out of their way to really, like, make this world big. Because it's not just the overworld anymore, it's the depths, and it's the sky, and it's a lot. Wait, I actually want to go in those stairs. Tell me about the Sudoku. The Fog Sudoku? Have you seen any of those? I don't know the... I don't think I've heard of them off the top of my head. Where you only get to see a few squares when you place the correct digit. Any of the 8... Motherfuck. Any of the 8 squares around it that had fog get cleared. Oh, interesting. No, I've never heard of that before. That sounds fascinating, though. I'm alive. I'm shocked. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Somewhere around... I don't remember exactly where all of the... Oh, excuse me. Oh, excuse me again. Oh boy. Ah! Make it stop! Trying to find a place to buy a potion. I think there actually is one relatively nearby. Excuse me. No, I don't think this is one, actually. No, that's not it. Ah, no, that's right. It's up there. And now... I want to go to level 8. Get, Can you only do it once on a screen? There we go. Alright, perfect. But this one was fully covered in fog. Then it had a constraint where you have to place 9 special squares, one in each row, column, and box, which are indexed by the first cell in that row, column, and box. So, like, if R4C5 were special, then R4C1 would be a 5. Fifth in the row is the special. I see. R1C4 would be a 4. Fourth in the column is special. R4C4 would be a 2, second square in the box. Interesting. Oh, that is fascinating. That is really cool. I want to do that. Okay. That is where I got the book. And then there were a few green lines that you uncovered eventually. Cells adjacent along the line differ by at least 5. Got it. Oh, I remember those. I remember doing a few with stuff like that. Those were good. Those were fun. But yeah, just from the indexing and how it interacted, you were able to force some special squares and therefore digits. That's really cool! If you wanted to send me that one in Discord, I would not mind it at all. Fortunately, the fog doesn't work in the app, so you have to play in browser. Gotcha. Good to know. I'll give it a look, maybe after I stream. Come back here. There we go. Just be careful not to place digits unless you're sure, because the fog clearing will tell you that you were right. I see. So it's like you could kind of cheat and just try numbers, and you'll know when you're right because the fog will clear. Interesting. You could solve it in under a minute by brute force. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I did not mean to do that. And then this is the boss room. Huh. I must have to bomb some doors or bomb some rooms. I wonder. Oh my god, seriously? Well, that's... I mean, good to know, but helpful. I should have known, though. The other constraint was that the 9 special squares each have to contain a different digit, which definitely gets used to solve it. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Ah! So, Fledge. I wish I knew these dungeon layouts better. Really do. Be warned that it took me 90 minutes, so don't expect to finish it quick. Yeah, I don't. Pretty much any Sudoku that you send me, I don't really expect to finish it. Period. Sometimes, sure. Okay, wait, there's that door, but I don't have any more keys. Damn. 80 minutes, okay. Yeah, even then, I don't necessarily expect to be able to finish Sudokus that you send me. And if I'm going to finish them, I expect it will take quite some time. Okay. So the problem is I'm out of keys. And I think to get anywhere in that dungeon, I either need bombs, which I've only got a few of anyway, or keys. Do I go buy a key? I guess I could. Necessarily want to, but need to. I think I know where I can get a key right now anyway, so might as well. You are fully capable of solving everyone I send you. That's nice of you to say. I don't necessarily agree. I'm sure that, like, given enough time, I could. But the real question is, do I have the patience? And I don't always. My ADHD doesn't let me sometimes. I mean, it's fine. I don't need any of that stuff anyway. Now, on the other hand, if I start sending you ones I didn't finish, then all bets are off. Oh, absolutely. You are clearly the superior Sudokuer here, so if you can't finish it, there's no way I can. I didn't think that was gonna get it. I mean, again, cool. Not actually what I was looking for, shockingly. I started Started one a few weeks ago that looked so fun, but 30 minutes, and I've only placed a single digit. Sheesh. That's bonkers. Absolutely crazy to me. I think this is like a money thing. Either I get money or I pay money. Oh no, it's not. Okay. But still not what I want. That may be true, but you're aware that that's only down to practice, not intellect, right? I do. You are being surprisingly kind to me today, Cal. Is that really you? I don't know. I'm not sure I'd believe you if you told me it was. But no, I know. I know that it's nothing to do with my ability. It's just my level of practice. And that's the thing is, Sudoku, I love doing Sudokus, but it is so easy for me to lose interest in them because as soon as they get hard, my brain just wants to turn off. And sometimes, like if I'm really into it, I'll just keep going anyway. I can like push past that feeling and be fine. But when I can't, like, I just give up and don't go back to it for a while. What really tends to happen is I will start one, figure out it's too hard, put it off, start another, figure out it's too hard, put it off, start another. And that sort of trend continues until finally I'm like, hey, I finished this one. I'll go back and do one of the other ones. And then I'll like get through it, maybe, or maybe I won't, and then I'll keep going down the line. It's just kind of the way things are for me sometimes. Still, why? Wait. I'm near one. I know where one is. I know where a shop is. Here's a shop, and it has a key. I'm tempted to just buy two, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna just buy the one, go back to the dungeon. Oh god. Is it gonna go all the way through 1 through 8? I think it is. There's 3. Here's 4. Is this 5? I guess that was 5, wasn't it? No, that wasn't 5. That was... Is it really not gonna get all the way up to 7 or up to 8 because of that place? Cool. Cool. Oh well. Here's 5. Now here's 4. Is it going back the other way now? No, because here's 5. At this point, I'm just doing this to, like, figure out what the hell is going on. Here's, I think, 6. And then 7. Yeah. But I can't play the recorder there because it'll just open up 7. I have to leave and play it out here, but then it takes me here, which just... Okay. This isn't working. I have to get there a different way. Wait, actually, I should... Because that is a shortcut. There we go. What's that supposed to do? So, the recorder is supposed to take you to each dungeon in order. So once you've visited a dungeon, I think you might actually need to complete it, but one of the two. Once you either visit it or complete it, you can play the recorder, and it'll cycle through the dungeons that you've beaten or that you've been to. It's supposed to be like an easier way to get around the map, right? So that you don't have to spend the whole time just like walking around, especially when people back then didn't always have like an actual map to look at, because it's just a gray block up there, so you don't always know exactly where you are or exactly where you want to go. So it was just an easy way to get to and from places, right? The problem is you play the recorder in the space where the 7th dungeon is to open the 7th dungeon. So when you get there with the recorder, like you're playing it over and over and over again to get to these dungeons, and then you play the recorder there, and instead of whisking you away to the next dungeon, it opens up that dungeon, and then you can't play the recorder again to like continue moving. So it's like it's not helpful at that point. I never thought of that. Whenever I've played this game before, I've never considered that. That's funny. Oh, of course, it's just a freaking compass. You've got to be kidding. There's got to be like a wall I can blow up in here, right? Please tell me there's something I can blow up. Nope. Cool. That is unfortunate. Good thing those guys don't actually do damage. Otherwise I'd be very upset. Another fucking key door. Okay, are you gonna give me a key? That would be, oh, fuck you. God damn it, okay, let's at least do this. Oh! Oh. Didn't actually think that would work, but okay. Some rupees. Is this gonna lead me anywhere? More bombs, so maybe... Oh, okay, okay. So I didn't need that key after all. Would have been a waste to use a key there anyway. And this is new stuff, so maybe the master key is around here. What's up here? It's a trap! Killed 3 at once. Okay, it doesn't look like there's any reason for anything to be around here. But over here. Oh, I think this is it. I think this is it. Please be it. No, what am I doing? Yes! Cool. No more keys needed. Baby! I think the most frustrating part about that is I didn't actually need to go buy that key. Okay, actually, I do think I'd want to do this now. Perfect! This is exactly where I wanted to go. Lost in the darkness, silence surrounds you. Once there was morn, oh endless night, I will find the answer. I'll never desert you. I promise you this till the day that I do. You really think that I would ever let you? Do you really think I'd set you free? Sad to say, my friend, but it simply isn't so. You will never get away from me. So now that I've got... what's it called? The master key. I don't need to worry about any fucking thing. You're just moving right along. Go to the next. Okay, I'm back. I was looking for that Sudoku I started and found a different one I hadn't finished. That looked easy, so I did it. Nice! Does the boomerang work on these folks? I'm not even sure if that touched it. And I did listen, but I didn't understand why the whistle was broke. So what happens is you play the recorder and it takes you to a dungeon. And then you play the recorder again and it takes you to the next dungeon. And then you play it again, next dungeon, next dungeon, next dungeon. And it's supposed to go like that over and over and over and then loop back around. So if you're at dungeon 7, you play it once, you go to 8, you play it again, you go to 1, etc. The problem is, Dungeon 7 needs you to play the recorder to make it open. So you go like from 4 to 5 to 6 to 7, and then standing in front of 7, you play the recorder, but instead of bringing the tornado to take you to Dungeon 8, it just opens up Dungeon 7, and then you can't play the recorder again until you leave the screen. So then you leave the screen and play it again, but it doesn't take you to the next dungeon. It takes you back to Dungeon 6, and then playing it again takes you to Dungeon 7 again. So it doesn't, like, keep track of where you just were, because you left the screen. So it's assuming, like, okay, you got where you needed to go, I'm gonna forget now where you go next. That sort of thing. Good thing I didn't just try to buy keys. Okay, I need this. That is such an annoying sound. Why does it pick 6 then? I don't know. It just sort of decided you were just at 6, and then you teleported to 7, so now we're gonna keep you at 7, or keep you back to 6, because clearly 7 was where you wanted to go. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. There's no real explanation in my head that makes sense, so I can't really explain it to you. Because I don't understand it myself. Oh, what am I doing? Shouldn't it default to 1 or 2 if it doesn't know? I mean, it probably should, Like, that would be my... Oh my god, these things are so fast! Damn. That would be my suggestion, is like, hey, if it doesn't know where to go, why don't we just have it default to the beginning? But even then, like, that still doesn't solve the problem, because you can't get to 8. Like, that's the real issue, is under those circumstances, you can't get to Dungeon 8 no matter what. Don't really need that key anymore, but I'll grab it anyway. Okay, we are just bouncing all over the place. I need to actually, like, stick around and explore an area first. Oh, give me that. Oh, give me that! Patra has the map. Patra has the map. Is Patra? Is Patra the thing that flies around with all the little things flying around it as well? I don't know. What is Patra? I know Manhandla, I know Goma. I know Dodongo. Wait, I've already gotten the map. Where did the map... so many, like, entrances from one area to another. Passages, I mean. Like, God, this is insane. Oh, no, 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 wait! Oh my god! This was just a passageway that leads to a two-room corridor that leads to another passageway. Okay, I just read about it. It seems there are details you aren't aware of. Details I'm not aware of? The fuck does that mean? No, honestly, though, what details? Because I have no idea what I could be missing here. Oh shit! Shit! Can I do this? I thought I needed to get something first. If you're facing west or south, you go down a number, and east or north is up a number. Oh! I was not aware of that. Okay. That's why it was being weird. Okay, okay. I'll have to experiment with that a little bit. Okay. Yeah, I think there is something... that's unfortunate. That's okay, because I have an idea of how to get back there. But I think there's something I need to find before I can do that. Yep, I checked the VOD, and every time you got confused, you faced left. Damn left! That's kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. I'm at low health, and I've only got this. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. I'll just leave real quick, see what is... I wonder if they were nice enough. I know there's a... this here. Ooh, Jesus. Slow down. Yes! Oh! This is seriously perfect. I'm sure they did this on purpose, but like, it's very gratifying to be right. Alright, cool. Alright, so let's do this. One more time from the beginning. I imagine when being right happens so infrequently, it must be super gratifying. It is. It is just so nice to occasionally be able to look at myself in the mirror and say, hey, you were right. You were right. Okay. So to the right led me to where the end was. So rather than go that way right away, I want to explore this direction a bit, see if there are any areas that I haven't gone to yet that I can now, because I've got plenty of keys. Plenty of keys just makes me think of plenty of fish. Those flashing enemies are the floating skulls? Yeah, bubbles. Are you looking up the enemies from this game now? I never would have guessed. Yeah, because I had no idea what those could be. Yep. They are the bubbles. They in Ocarina of Time they don't do this, but in Majora's Mask they do the same thing as these bubbles do, which is they keep you from swinging your sword for a little bit. They curse you so you can't swing your sword. They appear in like the Capcom Game Boy Zeldas, Ocarina of Time and Oracle of Ages and Seasons. To do over here? I don't think so. Except maybe... Have I been over here yet? I feel like I haven't, but... Oh, I guess I have. Or I haven't, because I... Oh no, I've been up here. Okay. But yeah, I think like a lot of enemies in this game have at one point or another come back in later Zeldas. Obviously, like the Lionels came back in Breath of the Wild, which was fucking crazy to me. I remember when Breath of the Wild came out and I found those things. I was stoked to see those. And even like they also come back in A Link to the Past, but I think that was the last time. Oh no, wait a sec. They're also in Oracle of Ages. Oh man, I forgot about that. I can't wait to play those games again. I'm really stoked. But yeah, what was I saying? Point is, those enemies are bubbles. You're saying a lot of them come back in later games. Yes, thank you. A lot of the enemies in this game in particular come back later on, and you wouldn't realize it. Like these, you know what these are? These are Wizrobes. They come back in a lot of different games, but most notably, right now at least, Breath of the Wild. Like they came back in Breath of the Wild. You guessed those. Yeah, yeah. Oh, wait, but I want those! Well, actually, I can't hold them anyway. Never mind. Doesn't matter. I have... So... It is there. Okay. Oh, is this gonna give me something? This isn't just gonna be a room where you fight shit, right? God damn it. Of course it's the fucking compass. I mean, that's cool, I guess. But I already knew that's where the boss was. I've already been there. It's not helpful right now. Why haven't they brought back Gorilla? Which one's Gorilla? I was really stoked that they brought back Gleeok for Breath of the Wild. Or, no, not even Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. Blue thing with a belt? Blue thing with a belt? Hang on, I'll look it up. Because I'm totally spacing on what Gorilla is. Come on! Thing with a belt. The pics on Discord. Okay. Oh, you know what? They have. Not in any of the recent games, and I don't think in any of the 3D Zelda games, but they are in Oracle of Seasons and maybe also Ages. Not as, like, a recurring enemy, but as, like, a mini-boss, I think. You get the boomerang from them, I believe. But yeah, I think they come back. It says just this and Adventures of Link. Maybe they call them something different in Oracle of Seasons, but I know for a fact that they do come back in that game, or something very similar to them at least. Okay, have I seriously found nothing down here? Damn, so there was a key in this room, and that's it. There was nothing in that room down there. How funny. But yeah, in Adventure... What am I saying? In Oracle of Seasons, I know that something very similar to that comes in. Because you do like a whole... It's a whole mini boss battle in, I think, just the first dungeon, where there's two of them, and instead of like each having their own boomerang, they throw one boomerang back and forth, and then you kill them and you get the boomerang. This way? Yeah. Ah, shit, I didn't use my... Oh, and I'm gonna be low health now, huh? Well, I'm just gonna use this. Okay, I need to step away for just a moment. I will be right back. I am back. Thank you for your patience. Oh, okay, apparently it's just the blue variety that only appears in those two games. Got it. The normal variety is in Adventures, Link to the Past, Awakening, Oracle of Seasons, and Link Between Worlds. Interesting. That makes a lot more sense, because I feel like they've had plenty of boomerang enemies in the past, so that makes sense. There was something I was going to say. Oh, Cal, I wanted to ask you. I've made my opinions known many times, but what are your thoughts, just generally, not necessarily on like specifics, but generally, what are your thoughts regarding the Korok seeds in either Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom individually, and then just sort of overall? Like, how do you feel about them? How about you? It was here. Died in this room. I think it's a cool concept and a cool way to increase your slots, and in Breath of the Wild they were nice for helping you to want to explore, but once they become a collectible and getting all of them is in any way encouraged. I hate that there's so many. I also think the Korok mask shouldn't be a clothing item, but something you can just enable or disable like sages. I agree with that. I think that the Korok mask is too much of a hassle and not helpful enough. Most of the time when you are using the Korok mask, you see them before you're even close enough for it to go off. So, like, I've got my own issues with the Korok mask specifically, but I never really considered the idea of it being anything but a clothing item. You're right, like, it probably would have been much more helpful if it had been like an actual like an ability as opposed to a mask. But I think that was a way to like encourage you to make exploring for Koroks like its own mission that you embark on. You know what I mean? They're cute, they're fun to throw rocks at, it's kind of fun. It's fun to find and help Hestu. Yes, I really like how it starts. The fact that you start off with like, oh hey, here's Hestu and you need to help him get... we're gonna use this again. Brace your ears, everyone. It's fun to find Hestu the first time in Breath of the Wild, and like he's surprised you can see him, and you're like, what the hell are you? And then you have to, like, find his maracas, which is like, oh, this is a fun little, like, mini side quest. It's really cool. And then the little puzzles are interesting at first. Like, I liked in Breath of the Wild how it was always like you had to find the metal squares and you had to make them like match each other to get a Korok. I loved those puzzles. Those were really cool. But they weren't always like that. They were pretty often they were pretty inane stuff, like just chase down this light that's running around and push a button. But yeah, not a fan, as I've mentioned before. I've been over there, but not up here. I just wish there were either only enough to get the max slots or infinite. Oh god. I know what you mean when you say that, but still, just the thought of like an infinite amount of them is too much. But yeah, I do agree with that. Okay, so wait. No, I remember how to get where I need to go. But I don't want to go there yet, because I don't have either of the items for this dungeon. Both of which would be super helpful for this dungeon. What was I gonna say? I was gonna say something. I mean, there's no reason. Wait a sec. This all connects. Oh, but that door didn't open before. And it's closed again. Great. Alright, that's fine. That's good to know for the future. This is unrelated, but I hate the stupid ring souvenir thing. The ring souvenir? You mean the thing in Kakariko Village? Why do you hate it? Because I feel like it's really important, but then it's practically useless. Yup. Do you know the one thing that it's used for? Have you done that yet? You do know? Me too. Pretty fucking stupid. Exactly. It's not even used for a quest or something. You have to honestly, you know what's the most frustrating thing is? I didn't realize you had to fuse it. So I literally strapped it to a hover bike and flew it over to Gerudo Town. Same, yeah. Because it's like, what the fuck else are you supposed to do with it? And I was holding it right there, and she was like, I can't see it. Yup. Pretty dumb. It's definitely, like, that is probably the most frustrating thing that happened. Is, like, seriously, you're expecting me to know, like, oh, I should fuse it to my shield? Like, what? Who thinks to do that with just this random item? And then I was holding right there. Oh, I already read that. Yeah. I like how Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom give you opportunities to do things that aren't quests. Like the start of that, where you're just talking to them and, like, helping the people, like, in this class. That was really cool. I thought that was a really fun little, like, oh, you wouldn't know this was here if you didn't, like, actively seek it out, you know? And I liked that. It was only the ring part that I was like, wow, this is fucking stupid. I've seen people pass up Flux Construct hearts because they don't know what to do with them. Which is funny because, like, I feel like that is way more obvious than anything else. No. This one. Because that at least is like, oh, it's this big thing that you can't, like, put in your pocket. Oh, maybe I should fuse it to something. Like, that I can see being more the case, because it's like, oh, it's a big stick. You wave the big stick at creatures and do damage, and that's cool. The ring, like, who would even think about that? I agree with that completely. Yeah. That whole bit where you're just helping them figure shit out was cool. It was sweet. Like, it was just nice. Okay, have I believe I have, actually. Or was there one up here that I did instead? Okay. Oh, of course. Oh shoot, I can't go back down. That's not good. Unless I can do this. Nope. great. So I have to keep going. Oh, this is so lame. Wait a sec. I would have sworn I tried that before. Okay, well at least I can get back down. Oh wait, no, this is how I get to the ending area, which means I don't think I did go through that one stairs. He's just like, oh wait, I don't know. Blah. I don't understand why Colton gives up on knowing where caves are eventually. He's just like, there's caves left, but I don't know where they'll... Yeah, I don't know either. It's kind of frustrating because you almost expect like, oh cool, this is gonna be how you find the caves in the game. Like it's just, you know, a quick and easy way to be like, ah, yeah, go here, you'll find a cave. Like, you know, it becomes a little more mindless after you've already spent so much time finding caves anyway for that fucking side quest. And then he just stops. And thankfully, like, there are other ways to find the the thing. Here's where I haven't been here yet. I'm probably gonna die, unfortunately. I'm gonna try to just like, and then there we go. This motherfucker more. I'm dead. Yeah. Yeah, but even using Satori and launching up, it can be easy to miss some. It can. What's funny is I managed to find all of them using... Have any more? Do I? That's fine. I'm gonna go. I managed to find all of them using Satori, except one. There was one that I could not find, and then I remembered, oh wait a second, I need to find the cave with the big skeleton in it in the Hebra Mountains. I wonder if that's a cave, and then I went there and I found it, and that was the last one. But I got lucky, because I know for a fact there are quite a few that don't really easily show up on the map or with Satori. And I happened to have gotten all of those already. Okay, so now I want to get back to there, because I'm sure that there is something useful there. God, I've explored the whole thing. Why haven't I found either item yet? It's really unfortunate. There must just be, like, one of the rooms has, like, a hidden staircase that I didn't open yet. That's gotta be what it is. You had like 3 that you missed? Have you like continued looking for them? Did you ever find them? Did you use a guide? Have you just like given up on them? I looked them up. That makes sense. Yeah, no, the caves... It's hard, because, like, I love that idea. Because there weren't really very many caves in the original... in Breath of the Wild, so... Like, getting to explore new areas that are, like, not just new, but, like, a new environment? Because, like, caves weren't a thing in Breath of the Wild. So getting to explore them was more than just like, ah, here's a new landmass. It was like, no, this is a dank cavern and you have to like explore it. It was really cool. It's unfortunate that so many, they were almost like shrines because they were so small and similar that like you explore one, you've almost explored them all. But yeah. I know. Thanks. Yeah, I've gotten to the point where like I'm looking stuff up. I'm not finding all the Korok seeds on my own. That is one thing that I will not do. I was happy enough to get enough for my slots. My slots were completely maxed out before I ever looked at a guide. But after that I was like, fuck it. I don't care. I considered what is going on? It's suddenly moving very quickly, and I don't know what I did. I don't think I did anything. But that's back to normal. Okay. That wasn't weird at all. This has to be something, right? Please. Silver arrows. I can now beat the boss. Ba-na-na-na. Y'all, this is it. We're heading into the end game. We're in the end game now. I just realized I have not even kind of been marking anything off. Actually, yeah, I don't think I want to go that way. I think I want this way. Because then I can go... Oh, shit. Oh, shit. That's unfortunate. It's fine. I can make it to the boss. I've got potions. Got essentially a double potion. Tracker? Who needs a tracker? I mean, you're not wrong. I don't really need it anymore. Look at that sniperage. That room went surprisingly smoothly. I was very much expecting to use a potion in there. Damn it. That's unfortunate. I did not need to get hit by that thing. It's careless! Careless! Why do they never give me hearts? Why are they so mean? Alright, I'm gonna use this in here, almost certainly. Oh shit, maybe not. Now we're just gonna use this. I don't want to risk it. Here we go! Triforce! come on. I had such an easy time of doing this back when I didn't. Oh, okay, okay, okay. Yes! Fuck yeah! Look at this! Oh, fuck yeah. You saved Link! I saved Link! Finally, peace returns to Hyrule. This ends the story. We did it! Oh, man. Oh, that's right. Second quest. Damn. I did it. Oh, I'm so happy. That was amazing. It's fucking cool, man. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. So if I do this now... Yeah, it starts over. But it's second quest, which I think means... Oh no, this is here still. But everything's different, I think. Like, where dungeons are and stuff is different. I love it. That is so fucking cool. Alright, well, that took me longer than I expected it to, but I guess I should have known that the last dungeon was going to take me a couple hours. But I think it is time to call it quits. For the day, at least. I am going to call it a night. And pick up with Zelda 2 this weekend. That's exciting. Good luck indexing. Indexing? Oh, you mean indexing in Zelda 2? Sudoku! Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's gonna be fucking... You know what? Hang on. Did you send it to me in Discord by any chance? No. Why are certain people's names showing up as the first letter and then ... What is up with that in Discord right now? Why is my Discord doing this? I don't like it. Oh, it's in Sudoku chats. That's weird. I've never seen that. Yeah, me neither. And it's only certain people. Like, mine is doing it, yours is doing it, but there's a person in here from forever ago who it's not doing it for them. I don't understand it. Okay, but let's... So I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna switch over to this. No, no, not this. I guess I can do this, but then do I have the... Sure, yes, I'm sure. That is way too big. And let's take a look at this. Okay, so to read over the rules one more time. Here, I'm gonna actually keep this here, and I'll just there. I'll kind of stretch you out more. Shoot, no. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Cells are initially covered in fog, and placing correct digits will clear the fog around those digits. Mark 9 cells such that there is one marked cell in each row, column, and 3x3 box. The digit in the first cell of a row, column, or 3x3 box gives the position of the marked cell in that row, column, or 3x3 box. Each digit appears in exactly one marked cell. Adjacent digits on a green line differ by at least 5. E.g., if R5C3 was a marked cell, so row 5, column 3 was a marked cell, then row 5, column 1 would be a 3, marked cell in third position in its row. Row 1, column 3 would be a 5, marked cell in fifth position, and row 4, column 1, column 1 would be a 6 because it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that all makes sense. One more time, as if I actually explained them correctly. You did! You got you literally said all of this. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so like, to start with, it means that like this, if this were a 1, then that would cover this row, column, and box. This were 1, that would be a 7, that would be... Okay. So essentially... how to juggle? Is it easy to turn off your noise suppression? It's weird when there's no game music. Good point. And yeah, it's pretty easy. Let me just do this. Can I just like turn it off? Does that change it? No. Yeah, no. Now it's off. Because then if I do... Okay, yeah. There we go. That's better. Cool. So... God, I don't even know where I would begin. My first thought is, what does that mean for... Like, this is the first box, first column, first row. Which means if this were like a 3, this would have to be marked, but this would also have to be marked. But this would be marked twice, because it would be marked once for the box and one for the row. So like if this were... Okay, wait a sec. Mark 9 cells such that there is one marked cell in each row, column, and 3x3 box. Okay. One marked cell in each row, column, and box. So it's... Each row, column, and 3x3 box, and it has to be... Each one, it has to run the gamut from 1 to 9. So... 6th position, so like there. So if I'm thinking about this sort of backwards, instead of thinking about what is here or in any specific spot. I have to think about if this were the marked spot, what would that mean for the numbers? It would mean that this would be a 6, this would be a 6, and this would be a 2. So what does that mean for numbers in terms of like what could go where? Here, here. So like if this were the marked cell, would that be fine? Here, okay. No. No. Never mind. I'm trying to think if there's anything that would like force problems, right? If there's a spot where if this was the marked cell, you'd have 2 6s in a row or 2 whatevers in a column or etc. I guess that would have to be more like this, but that doesn't really work. Are there any spots that cause those kinds of problems? Maybe not. Huh. Because if this were marked, actually, okay, here we go. This one can't be marked, for instance, because then these would have to both be 2. This can't be marked because then those would both be 3. So I'm going to put like a red tint. Those ones are not marked because if they were, we'd have problems like that. Now the thing is, I think that's really the only one, those are the only ones that I can do that with. Okay, but here's something else. This one doesn't work because then this would have to be a 2 because it's the second in the row. Oh wait, no, but then it'd also be the 2 because it's the second in the box. Here. If this were marked, this would have to be a 2 because it's second in the column, but it would also have to be a 4 because it's fourth in the box. So you can't be marked. I want to say the same thing here. It'd have to be 3, but it'd also have to be 7, so you can't be marked. I'm quiet because I'm trying not to talk about the Sudoku because I don't want to spoil anything, but I'm definitely paying attention. It's funny because I figured that is what you were doing, and I appreciate it. I really do. So let's keep going on this path. I don't think there's going to be anything else I can do like this, but at least, hey, that is 4 spots that I now know cannot be the marked spots, which means this can't be 1 or 2 or 4, 5 or 7 or 9. So you have to be 3. Wait, what did I say? It can't be 1 or 2. It can't be 4 or 5, 7 or 9. So it's got to be 3, 6 or 8. No, wait a second. I've got this wrong. It can be 1, it can't be 3. Because if it was 1, then this is where it would be, this would be the marked one. Wait, that's also not quite right, because it can be 2. Hang on. It could be 1, 2, or 3. Except, okay, wait. The problem is that if it was 2, this would have to be a marked cell. Right? Hang on. Am I thinking about this correctly? If this were marked, this would have to be a 2, but it would also have to be a 4. Doesn't work. If this were marked, this would have to be a 3, but also a 7. Doesn't work. This one would cause those to each be 2. This would cause those to each be 3. Those don't work. So these cannot be marked. That is a fact. Now, what does that say about this spot? Or rather, what does it say about where the marked spot is? It could be 8, because that would put this as the marked spot. It could be 6, because that would make that the marked spot. And then it could be 1, 2, or 3. The problem is, if it was 2, this would have to be marked, but we've already said that can't be the case. And if it were 3, this would be marked, which we've already said can't be the case. So it's 1, 6, or 8, which means as well, those 2 cannot be marked, because if they were, it would force these to be 2, etc., and so on and so forth. So one of those 3 is the marked cell for that box. Look at me go. So now that begs the question, do we... Huh. Do we just say, okay, what if it's 1, and then what does that say about everything else? Or do we try and like find something similar to work with like that? I suppose actually it also means that since this can't be like 4 or 5, those can't be it. Since it can't be 7 or 9, okay, actually, this gets me a lot more information than I was expecting. So that means like these can't be 1, nor like this one can't be 3, this can't be 4, this can't be 7. Why did I mark that one? This can't be a 2. Interesting. Okay, and since this can't be 2, this can't be marked. Since this can't be 3, that can't be marked. Since this can't be 4, that can't be... Okay, I'm seeing how this goes. Because that can't be a 4. This can't be a 7, which means you can't be marked. This is making some sense. Some sense. But I think I've now sort of reached a point where that's not going to get me any further. Because this can't be 2, but now it can't be 4, which means that. This can't be 3, it also can't be 7, but I've already marked that because this also can't be 7, etc., etc. Yeah, these points are way more important. The top left corners are way important in the construction of this thing. Specifically, top left corners on the edges, on the top and left edges. So from there, what would be the next course of action? The thing is, so these two and this one are the only ones that could be a 1. So what does that mean? Anything in particular? This is delightful. I'm glad to hear that. I'm glad I'm doing content that you actually enjoy now, Cal. So what would be... What is a logical next step? Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Unless that broken clock is still running, it's just like off by, you know, an hour or something. Then it's never right. That's me. What is a logical next step from here? Thank you for laughing at that. I could just go the route of like, well, if this is a 1, what does that say about these? Like, well, these all then can't be marked, which influences like these can't be marked. This can't be marked. This wouldn't be able to be marked. So then like all of these would be marked. Or rather wouldn't be marked. Plus that we've already got like those, that, and that would be marked. Yeah. Those, or rather, these are the ones that wouldn't be marked. That one would be under these circumstances. Okay, here's a logical jump. It would mean these could not be 2 or 3. 2 and 3 would have to be somewhere in here. Because if one of these were 2 or 3, it would point to one of these being marked, and that doesn't work. Whereas right now, like, this could be 2, this could be 3, or this could be 2, this could be 3. But not, like, you couldn't have both of those at once. If this were 3... I mean, like, if this were the thing, that would have to be 3. Then that would have to be 2. This would be an 8. So we've kind of got some things that once you mark a spot, it tells you a lot about the surrounding numbers. Like, even without whatever's underneath the grid. underneath the fog, I mean. Just knowing where a marked cell is tells you about the numbers. And I mean, that's obvious because that's like what the rules say. But I feel like I'm seeing that in a new light right now. 1, 3, 7. You're just about to make a bunch of progress. I can feel it. Oh God, now there's pressure. Here's a thought. So I'm looking at this. This could be 1, 6, or 8. And my initial thought was like, okay, even if that's 1, these could also be 1, but they can't. Like, not even just because of the fact that, like, if this is a 1, these won't go, which in turn will block these. Like, they can't be marked, whatever. But if this is a 1, these can't be 1s. There can only be 1 in the top left corner of a box, because that makes it a marked box. And I can't have a 1 and a 1 and a 1 in a marked box. There can only be 1 in a marked box. One. Oh, fuck, I'm getting caught up on 1s. What was I talking about before? I was saying... the numbers are so closely dictated by... Okay, wait. So here, if this were a 6, or yeah, if this were a 6, this would have to be a 1, and this would have to be a 1, which would make this a 3. These are still unconnected, but there's something here. If this is a 6, this has to be a 1. This has to be a 1. That's a 3. If this were an 8, this would have to be a 1. This would have to be a 1. This would be a 2. This would be a 4. Okay, there's something in here that is so close. There's got to be some sort of contradiction that I'm going to pull out of this. If this is an 8, that's a 1, which means that's a 2, which means... Ah, wait a minute. If this is 8... this is the marked box. Is that you cheering? Okay. Let me make sure that I'm correct here. If this is an 8, that means this is the marked box. But if this is the marked box, that means that this is a 2. But if this is a 2, that means this is the marked box. And I can't have 2 marked boxes in the same 3x3 cube. 3x3 square. So this can't be an 8. Which means that these have to be marked off. And in a similar manner, if this were a 6, this would have to be the marked box. But that would mean that this is a 3, but that would mean that this is a marked box, and that doesn't work, which means this can't be a 6, which means it's a 1. Hell yes! Okay. This is great. This is great. I'm gonna mark that as green so that I remember. Oh man. Okay. So now, how does that change other stuff? I know that means that like these can't be like that. This can't be, and this can't be. You got your first digit. I got my first digit. I'm so excited. Okay, that means that these can't be as well. Oh, man. Okay. So now, since this is the marked box, I guess the question becomes now if... I guess the question becomes what now? That one alone took a lot of, like, deduction to get to. Okay, here's the thing. I already know the whole thing with the green lines, right? They've got to differ by more than 5. Or rather, 5 or more, right? Right? What is it? At least 5, yeah. So none of these can be 5. They could be anything else, but they have to like oscillate. Obviously, they can't be 1, but it could be like 2, then 8, then 3, then 9. Actually, is that the only possibility right now? 9, 4. It couldn't be 4 because then it couldn't go back up, so it would have to be 9, 3. Could I do like 8, 3? I mean, if I put a 7 anywhere in there, 7, 2. I could do 7, but it would have to be on one of the ends. But I couldn't do a 6, even if I did a 6 on an end. The one next to it would have to be a 1, and it can't be. So 6 can't go on here. 5 can't go on here. 2, 3, could 4? Yes, because we still have 9. We're just missing the 1. So in some form or another, these are 2, 3, 4, 7. No. Yeah, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9. I don't like that though. It's too many numbers. Too vague. No, I wanna focus on the special boxes first. So like this has to be 5, 6, 8, or 9. 5, 6, 8, 9. This also has to be 5, 6, 8, 9. This has much more possibility. Because it could be 2, 3, or any of those. Okay, wait, here's the thing. These, as I said, can't be... Oh, actually, wait. These two in particular can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, which means they can only be 5, 6, 8, 9. Interesting. Except you can't be 5. We already said you also can't be 6. And that is enough to show us kind of what else happens here. So this could be 2, 3, 4. This has to be 7, 8, 9. Except 7 has to go on one of the ends. And I've already said, okay. 2, 3, 4. Okay. So these are 8 and 9, which means you cannot be 8 and 9. 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, except that you can't be 2 or 3. You have to be 4. Which means you've got to be 9. I messed that up. 9. Which means you've got to be 8. You've got to be 2 or 3. Don't know which yet. Awesome. Now you can't be 2 or 3. This is one of the few puzzles where not inverting the number pad is really helpful. I usually have mine inverted. Gotcha. Interesting. Okay. So what now? In here, what are we left with? Are we left with 2, 3, 5, 6, 7? Yeah. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Oh, wait a sec. This means... Hang on a second. I didn't even think. That means that this is like that. This is like that. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, that means... Oh, this gives me so much stuff to look into. Because that means then that these are nothing. These are nothing. You can't be anything. Can't be 8 or 9. Which means you two can't be stuff. Essentially, you can be 5, 6, 7. 7. I was internally screaming for you to mark boxes. I'm sorry. Sometimes it takes me a bit to like get back to the fact that like, oh yeah, I can do something with this now. It takes me a little bit, but I get there eventually. Okay. What next? So these still have a lot of wiggle room. This one could only be 5 or 6. 5, 6, 7. Can't be. It's totally fair. I was super focused on indexing in this, but in other puzzles I've definitely done stuff like that. Yeah, it is a blessing and a curse. An advantage and a curse, my ADHD, because sometimes it's good to sort of like bounce between things instead of like zeroing in on one thing and getting caught up in it. But in other ways, like this, it means that like I miss stuff. I always come back around to it, but like I would have had much more information a lot sooner if I had just been very focused on where these all go. Oh, hey, wait, this is the only one left down here, which means it's got to be that. So that's got to be a 3. Which means this has to be a 7. Those can't be that. These cannot be those. I love how much of the fog you can clear in this and reveal nothing. Yeah, it's so unhelpful. The fog is just like, meh. It's there. But it's not really blocking much anyway, so like, why bother? Okay, what now? So... one of these... So one of these has to be a 3. Okay, so now what are we missing from here? 2, 3, 5, 6. That's it. Yeah, just 2, 3, 5, 6. 5, 6, 8, 9. So like that's kind of where we're at with that row. And one of these has to be the 3. I'm just gonna do it like this because one of those is 3, period. Five, 6, 8, 9, 5, 6, 8, 9. And like these all have to be 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. That's not what I wanted. 4, 5, 6, 7, 9. Take it back. I'm not delighted anymore. I'm in pain. Is there something obvious that I'm missing? Is that why you're in pain? Because I've already told you. I'll get to it. I'll circle back. God. Is there something I'm misremembering from here? Oh, wait a sec. The boxes themselves also have to have... Yes. Okay. Okay. The boxes themselves can only have each number 1 time. Why do I feel like this is going to be... No, never mind. Okay. So, like, this can't be 1, or 2, or 4, etc. Okay, but wait, how does that help me right now? Oh, you were talking about that. Oh, am I talking about the wrong thing? Each digit appears in exactly 1 marked cell. Digit in the first cell. Mark 9 cells such that there is 1 marked cell in each row, column, and 3 by 3 box. Oh man. Digit in the first cell of a row, column, or 3 by 3 box gives the position of the marked cell in that row. Is there a... Is there one that, like, I haven't marked the cell yet? Okay, wait a sec. If this were... No, wait. Yeah, no, none of those... Now I feel like an idiot. So within oh you oh wait oh my god 5 fuck I'm okay now you got it yeah now I got it you got it yeah you got it yeah you got it. Okay, that means that you are the marked cell. You can't be marked cells, which means you've got to be 7, which means that you can't be the ones, which means you can't be a 6. Or no, you couldn't be 5. You can be 6 still. No. No more 7s down here. Okay, what else? So you've got to be a 4. Okay. You can't be 6 now. Okay, so you're 8 and 9, you're 8 and 9, which means that you can't be 8 or 9. You've got to be 3 and 6. Which means that these all go away. Which means that you can't be 5 or 6, which means you're 4 and 9. Which means that you can't be 4 or 9, so you're also 5 or 6. You can't be that. Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me, my lover stands upon a shore. Okay. Okay. So what next? So you have to be 8 or 9, for instance. You've got to be 4 or 7. You've got to be 6 or 9. But do any of those cause contradictions? Cause problems? Doesn't seem like it. Finally uncovered something again. Yeah, I've got more of this this green line. Even got a little bit of one there. This one's longer, but it cuts through multiple boxes, so that one might be a little more difficult to find solutions to. If this were 8, it would go here, which means that would be 3, which means this would have to be 9, so that would be 6. That all tracks. Here's a contradiction. If this were 4... Oh wait, no. That would work just fine. That would also be 4. If this were 4, that would be 7. I don't know what I was thinking. 6, 4 or 7, 8 or 9. It feels like an action, like typical Sudoku, where you're like, if the 8 goes here in this one, then it goes there in that one, and vice versa. And like you're not gonna figure it out until you find other information. So I think I need to sort of let that go a bit. As much as I don't want to. Yeah, because I don't think I'm going to figure out where the last few marked cells are right away. Okay, let's think like this. If this were 8, the other 8 would have to go somewhere here. If this were 9, the other 9. I can tell you that I'm back to delighted. I'm so glad to hear that. 2. So okay, so I can already tell, like, this green line is going to hit here. So whatever this is, it's going to be either 8 or 9. This is going to have to be 1 through 4. Right? Maybe 3. Maybe 1 through 3. Except it can't be 3, because 3 has to go up there. So this could be like 1, 2, or 4. Which would make this have to be, again, like 6, 7, 8, 9. Huh. Eight or 9. My brain is focusing too much on the marked cells still. So I know, like, this is the big, small, big, small, big. This has to be 2 or 3. Because it can't be 1, and it can't be 4, and then 5 or higher is too big to be a small number. So it's got to be either 2 or 3, which means that this has to be 7, 8, or 9, and this has to be 7, 8, or 9. This has to be 1, 2, or 4, because it can't be 3, but it could be the marked cell, in which case it can't be 1. But at least for right now, we just know that it can't be 3. And we know that one of these is going to be 7. The other is going to be 8 or 9, whatever's not here. Which means that these all have to be the rest, 1 through 6. Except, oh wait, no. So this affects this. Even though it feels like it shouldn't, it does. Because this being 3 means that this is the marked cell, which means that that is 8, which means that is 9, then that is 7 or 8, and this is 7 or 8. That becomes 9, etc. They're all so interconnected, and yet I can't find the last bit. if I were to find out that this is 1. Hang on, could this be 6? I didn't mark it down. But theoretically, they could be, right? No, they can't. Because of this. Because this can't be 1, which means these can't be 6. Because if this was 6, that would have to be 1, etc. If this was 4, okay, here's the thing. If this was 4, these would have to both be 9. But they can't. So you can't be 4. You could be 1 or 2. If you were 2, does that cause any problems? If this were 7, these could both be 2. Like, that's not a problem. Okay, wait a second. If this were 3, these would have to be 8 and 9, which means that you can't be 3. You have to be 2. Okay. Yes, yes. Because if these were 8 and 9, this wouldn't have anything. So at least one of these is 7, which means this has to be 2, which also means that this has to be... Actually, no. That one could be 1. One of these is 7, though. Does it matter which one? Does it change anything? Okay, here's the other thing. Now that this is 2, aha! This cannot be the marked cell, because it can only be 1 or 2, but those are already in marked cells, which means this is the marked cell, which means, oh, hell yes, this is 9, which means this is 8. Since this is 9, okay, this has to be 3. This is 6. That means that this is the marked cell, which makes sense because that's 8. You've got to be 8. Okay, anything else? Nothing else immediately popping up. 4, 9, 8. Okay, we are getting there. Oh wait, since this is 8, that means that this is marked, which means that this, here we go. Now we've got all the marked cells. This is the marked cell, this is not. Boom. Okay, which further means that I can do this is 5, this is 6. Beautiful. So we've got all the marked cells, we've got all of these numbers. Oh, that's so nice. Oh, we've also got this has to be 6, this has to be 7. Okay. Okay. Oh, that is beautiful. All right. All right. Now the question is, what else can we find? So we've got a 1 and a 2 in these marked cells. Can we figure out where the 3 is? Does that seem feasible? Or maybe other numbers? Because like these can't be 4. That one can't be 3. But there's too many, it seems, to really dive into that. Yeah, I don't think that that is a feasible option at the moment. Fills in 8 in index cell. Anything else? Nothing immediately popping up. You know what? When I said that, I meant like if I put a 7 here, like the 7 crosses out. Nothing else was like an immediate contradiction. I was still looking. You don't got to make fun of me, jeez. Okay, what else? So we've got all of the index numbers now. Totally done. Totally taken care of. Okay, wait. I know that this has to be 2. Because this row needs a 2 in this box, but it can't go here, and it can't go here, so there's a 2. Wonder if there are others like that. Well, actually, probably not. 2 and 1 are the only ones that I know are in here already. One of these two has to be 6. No, never mind. God, I just feel like I'm making noises for the sake of making noises. 1, 2. Does anything knock out these? I don't think so. Or that. Okay. As much as I would really honestly love to keep doing this, I really should get going. I am going to... Honestly, I might start my next stream picking back up on this and just continuing it, because... Damn, this is fucking cool. And I'm so proud of myself for coming as far as I have. And I want to finish it, but I don't have time right now. I gotta take care of some stuff before I hit the hay tonight. Yeah. Thank you for being here, Cal, and thank you for sharing this with me. It's really fucking cool. I am glad that I got the chance to do it again. Like do a Sudoku again, I mean. This was fun, and I'm glad that you could be here to both cheer me on and neg me a little bit. It was very helpful having someone just to be like, "Hey, you're doing it. You're well done." It was nice. So thank you. Yeah, we're gonna pick up with this next stream, I think. Um, and then after that, we'll start with Zelda 2. We'll have some fun playing an RPG Zelda, a true RPG with levels and all. So yeah, thanks again for being here, Cal. I'm going to head out, but I'll see you next time. I'm going to be streaming Saturday or Sunday. I'm not sure which yet, but definitely one of the two. And yeah, thanks again. I'll talk to you later. Bye.